Hey there fans, welcome back to our channel, and we've got another action figure review to do with you. This time we're going to get into Gargoyles Brooklyn. Brooklyn was the second in command at some point, somewhere along season 2. Goliath chooses him as his successor. So let's go ahead and check him out. As you can see here in the front box, we've got the artwork here at the front. Really nice piece there. Got the Disney Gargoyles logo at the bottom. We've got his name, and it says Ultimate Action Figure. Now, one thing I did not get a chance to show you was when you open this up, and this is what I didn't get to show you when I did the Steel Clan review. When you open this up, I didn't even know they could open up, but here you've got the action figure inside the package, nicely stored there, and then you've got a really cool image here on the side, right? I'm going to move that over just about enough. So you got an image of the actual figure here on this panel. So pretty cool, pretty neat. Let's go ahead and close that up. Over here on the side, we've got again another shot of the figure itself. Looks like some great sculpting, great detailing there in the hair. Really love the sculpting in the face. These figures are really phenomenal, to be honest with you. Great quality. And then back here in the back, again, another image with his open mouth, right? You've got some verbiage here describing who he is. Comes with some shades and a couple of other accessories. These are probably from the show itself. This looks like some type of a piece of a fence that he took out. I remember when stopping a villain or something like that. I don't remember what this quite is, but you know, nonetheless, accessories are cool. And then you've got a picture of all the rest of the group down here at the bottom. I've got most of these. I've got Goliath, I've got Damon, I've got Bronx, I've got Hudson. I have yet to open Broadway, and I have not gotten a chance to get Lexington. I don't think he's officially out yet, so that'll be the next one on the list. Then from the top here, you've got the Gargoyles Brooklyn. Down at the bottom, nothing much but a bunch of words and UPC. Let's see what are the words are. Direction and development. Some of the people that were involved. Sculpting. You've got the name of the person who sculpted it, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, you got people that worked on it. Always give credit to these artists, right? Because like me, they make this stuff a reality and they bring it to us. So kudos to the entire team on this entire action figure set. So let's crack this boy open and let's see how he looks. All right, and here he is out of package, our friend Brooklyn here. Again, the figure looks amazingly nice, wonderful sculpting. I mean, you know, from the first action figure to this one that I'm opening now, each figure has just had impeccable sculpting. The amount of detail in the anatomy, in the muscle, right, that is displayed. Even you've got you know, some of the, I think veins are sculpted in here. I'm not 100% sure. No, there's no veins, but I mean the level of detail within the you know, the muscle structure is just phenomenal. You can really see this. These guys have 0% fat on them, right? They're just solid muscle. You can see actually some of the veins. Actually, you can see it here in the forearm. You can see some of the veins have been sculpted in. Really nice, just amazing, phenomenal attention to detail. Now, as mentioned before, some of the biggest complaints that these action figures have is their wingspan, right? They take up a lot of shelf space, and they sure as heck do. There's no doubt about that. Their wingspan is just massive, right? So that is a something that you will have to consider when you're purchasing this. However, on the positive side, they are fixing this, right? They are making some of the characters, the human characters that don't have as much sculpting needed. They're coming with an alternative pair of wings that actually wrap around the character. So that's really cool. And I think last time when we showed off our Goliath character, he had his wings wrapped around him, and those wings came with Bronx, right? So it's pretty cool to have both an open set of wings and a closed set of wings that they wrap themselves in. I like displaying mine in closed wings, just because again of the shelf space, right? If I had more shelf space, then I wouldn't mind having them open like this. But really nice figure. Cool thing about all of them is the bendy wire tail. As you can see right here, it's really good. It gives them an extra added layer of balance, if you will, right? But then you can move it around and pose it around, you know, if you wanted him to give it a different feel. Look at the amount of detail on this wingspan, just phenomenal. Right here he is from the back. The hair, the sculpting on the hair, really nice. You can see all the different level of detail. Again, this figure I'm so impressed with. Everything, I mean the entire line. I can't stop saying good things about this line in general. Now we've got the head itself, right? Look at the sculpting on that. I mean, you could see he looks really, look at that from a front, really menacing. You've got the brow area that's really defined, right? His beak area is really nice, right? A little bit of an can open up. Now he can't move his head all the way up. That's understandable because the hair is connecting or is touching. It's coming in contact with the back of the wings. But I'm sure that if we flap these over, maybe just a little bit more, not too much. But really nice overall. Look at the claws. You could tell he's like, oh man, really awesome figure overall. So let's get into the accessories because he really does come with a nice set of accessories. All right, and we are back. One thing that I failed to mention was regarding the wings. These wings are pretty heavy, but you know, kudos to the team that put this together to develop this because the way that these wings sit into the back, the way they peg in there, the wings don't fall off. They're not falling down when they're on there. They stay in place because it has like a ratchet type of, so you can hear that. You can hear that clicking ratchet sound. So what that does is it provides a great amount of durability for the figure. So again, kudos to the development crew for doing that. It adds some extra security so these wings or the figure itself entirely, when you pose it up, it stays in the pose that you want. So really nice. So let's go ahead and get into the details, right? He comes with a set of these cool sunglasses. Right, once the Gargoyles come into New York City, they start trying out things that we humans enjoy. So one of the things that he does, I think, when he rides a motorcycle for the first time, he puts on a pair of shades that are found in there. Then he comes with this. Looks like a lance, but if I'm not mistaken, it was like part of a fence that was dug into the ground, and he just rips it out and he throws it at a villain or at somebody that's trying to, you know, steal a car, or I'm not really quite sure. I don't really remember, but it's pretty cool. I like it. Gives them an extra weapon. We've got here, this looks like a page of a book or something like that. I can't remember. I mean, there's so many episodes and it was so long ago. Can't really remember, but apparently he was reading something and this is something that came with it. I'll have to check it out and see what this piece really is. I don't know if you can see it really good. There you go. But yeah, apparently it's an article from the cartoon series itself. Now we got 3 sets of hands. The 2 that he has, so he's got open hands right there. You've got a pair that's semi-closed, right? So you can, I would imagine you can hold that that object that he has, right? Or any of the other objects, right? You can hold the paper, right, with the semi-closed hands. So he's got a pair of those. And then he's got a pair of closed fists that you can see here, right? So if you want to give it that closed fist effect, sometimes that adds a little bit more drama to the pose, right? Or if you are the type that plays with your action figures, then you can put that on and make it seem like he's punching someone. So there you go. And then the final thing is, so if you look at this particular head sculpt, this would be his normal face. You can see because he's got his eyeballs, he's got his pupils in his eyeballs, right? Whenever the gargoyles get really mad or really aggressive, their eyes go white, completely white. And so that's what we have here in this particular head sculpt. Really, really nice head sculpt. As you can see here, just the level of detail. You've got the horns coming out here, right? You've got the clear eyes that shows he's really angry. He's obviously, you know, yelling or growling or some type of noise that he's making. He's probably, you know, making his war cry, whatever. And the hair detail still remains the same, great quality. But you can see right here, this is his, I would call this his fierce face, right? And I'm gonna move the lighting just so that you could see a little bit better here, because I really want to get a close-up of this face here. Look at that. There's the lighting here on this side as well. There we go. Look at that. Fierce face, Brooklyn, right? White in the eyes, right? The growl, the snarl, the ears. Look at the detailing in the ears is just really, you know, amazing. Phenomenal, phenomenal figure. All right, so let's go ahead and pose him up now. All right, and here we've got Brooklyn with a different head sculpt and a different arm. We actually put the lance in his head. I'll be honest with you, the hair sculpt is a little bit detracting overall, like where the wings are and where the hair flaps. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more maybe fluidity in the hair, meaning, so for instance, if you look at the head sculpt, right, this head, it just comes straight down. And maybe this is fine for, you know, this regular face, right? But I think for this face where he's fierce, I would have liked to have seen maybe the hair flap up a little bit, just so that it's not interacting too much with the wings back there. So that would be my my critique of what I'm seeing so far. But other than that, looks really, really great. Really like them. Let's talk a little bit about the articulation. You've got your shoulder joints, right, where they rotate. You've got your bicep rotation. You've got your elbow. You got your elbow rotation here, right? You've got your leg. You got your knee bend. You got your rotation at the ankles, and you've got a little bit of a toe movement there, just enough to pose them up just a little bit. Really stiff articulation, which I prefer, to be quite honest with you. I'm going to switch out his hand here for a second. Really, I like the stiff articulation. Why do I prefer stiff articulation? Because I don't want the loose ones to bend and whatnot, or to fall, right, when you're posing it up. You've got wrist articulation, right, like I said, in the wings and in the tail, right? You got that ratchet wing, and then you've got the bendy tail. All of that really produces a really solid action figure, to be quite honest with you. Again, this is one that if you're a completist, you're going to get it. But if you're not, yeah, I think he looks cool enough that even if you're not a completist, you'll get it. So let me bring over another gargoyle and let's take a look how they compare. And we're gonna bring Demona in this one. We had Goliath in the last one. This time we're going to bring in Demona. I don't know if I can get them both in the same shot, because they're just, again, the wingspan is just so massive on these guys. There we go. Let me put that in there. Let's see if we can get them in the same shot there. All right, and there we've got it. We've got Demona. Look, see how her wing just flapped down? That's rare. I've never seen that happen before. I'm gonna move back here. Yeah, see, this one's loose on this one. Gosh, that's so aggravating. But there you go. There we go. We've got Brooklyn and Demona next to each other. As you can see how massive their wingspans are. Again, that's the biggest gripe that you have with this figure line. But you know, again, when they release these action figures, I think you know, one of you guys confirmed for me that the Lisa Mazza comes with the wrapped Brooklyn wings, so I'm looking forward to that. And I think David Xanados is going to be the one that has the wrapped Demona wings. So that's something to definitely look forward to. I'm going to show you guys once again these wrapped wings. I'm going to have Goliath in here, right? You can see how the wrapped wings look on him, right? Much, much different, right? Not as much shelf space is taken up. So I prefer the wrapped wing look on my specific display. I have these up on my art desk. So yeah, I'm looking actually forward to getting the other wings. But yeah, let's go ahead and I'm gonna give you guys my final thoughts on this right here, right now. I think it's a really good action figure. The sculpting, again, phenomenal. The paint app, phenomenal. No issues there. The level of detail, amazing. As you can see in the waistcloth, or the line cloth, I think it's called, the ripples, right, of cloth. It actually looks like it has this worn, torn feel to it. The muscle structure, the way that the Gargoyles anatomy is sculpted is phenomenal. The wings, amazing detail. You can see they're different between Brooklyn's and Damona's. And then, like I said, the sculpting in the face is phenomenal, especially on that fierce look. You could see the fierce look on Damona herself. She looks pretty fierce there as well. Like I said, the only thing that that I would prefer is on the fierce head sculpt, if the head, or the hair, excuse me, would have been sculpted in a different manner, kind of like it's in the wind or something like that, where it flows upward away from the wings, so that way it doesn't interact so much with the wings. That would be my only critique on this, which is honestly quite minor based on the quality that we're getting. So guys, that's pretty much it. That's my review. Again, highly recommend these action figures from NECA Toys. Again, they're gonna range anywhere from the 40 to the 60 range, depending on where you get them. But they're well worth it, in my opinion. It's a collector's item, and quite frankly, I hope that these guys have a lot of success, that they go on to more obscure characters.